And I'm pretty sure if I really wanted to sit down, all I'd have to do is remove that cushion. Okay. And the love seat. A lot more room than I thought, folks. It looks small, but if we buy it, what Papa is going to do is he's going to make it like that side. He's just going to cut this off here and here, just take a section of this out so that it will look like that over there.
Alrighty, what I'm doing now is I'm framing in what'll be the bottom here. I'm going to cut a piece of 1/2 inch plywood from here across for the top, and then I'm going to fill in these side walls. I have to cut a couple more pieces of strapping there, but these will fill this in, the inside here, just because I got this wire here. Like I say, this has to be tucked back in there, and then I'll cover this with the wall board also, tuck it away and out of the way nice and pretty, and I'll fill in this side wall with the same paneling, and I'll just leave the interior at the top the same. Okay, well, this is where I'm at. I roughed in the deck of the closet. Yeah, it's not 100% perfect, but it sure is pretty decent. I got a little bit more maneuvering to do there. I'll be finishing this front piece with an actual piece from, it's funny how all this cheap stuff matches. I have this here, this piece, which is the old sliding keyboard table from Bev's desk that she got. So anyway, that I'm going to cut, fit in here. I have the mirror, which I got cut at work. One of the glass guys from General Auto Glass stopped by and he zipped it up for me while he was there doing other work. The glass, the mirror, I had it cut to size, and what I did is I cut on here, I cut the edges off, and then I separated it on the original seams and just put it back into place a little bit shorter. Now the handle's not perfectly square in the center, but it will work out just fine. Anyway, I've got some PL construction glue, and I will glue the back end solid. It'll never come out, so I hope it doesn't ever have to come out. And I'll put a little glue also on the joints on the inside, and that should never come apart. That's in. This piece is kind of stuff. But like I say, this piece came from Bev's desk, the slide out keyboard tray, and now I'm framing in under here so I can fill it in with my this, and then I will fill in under here with some more, and I'll also, if I have enough, I'll cut a piece to finish the floor in here. It should be nice. The thing I'm figuring out is why they build things so cheap and flimsy is because these things do move a lot. I'm pretty sure that's everything's made to flex a little bit, but if we really made this solid, I'm sure it would fall apart in the road. Okay, so there we are. I'll do a little footage of me working. I don't know how exciting that will be for you, but anyway, like I think they build these things so poorly is because they flex, they move. They're made to go down the road, and they do twist and bind and make it all kinds of noises and stuff going down the road. It's kind of fun. But anyway, I think they do such... I know it's cost effective and all that stuff, but I'm pretty sure everything's made to move and give a little bit without breaking. If I built this out of real solid material, it would wind up probably cracking, or God only knows what it would, you know, miles down the road. But anyway, that's just my thoughts. Look at that. Fits like a glove. So I'll finish, put a couple tacks in that, and then I will finish the floor in the same. And I will finish, I'll finish it up under there nice and neat, and tidy up the few spots, and then I'll glue the cabinet top down, which I'll probably show you when I get to the gluing. I'll glue the cabinet door. But yeah, and then I got a little trim work, some little pieces of trim, and just to tidy up any ugly little edges or anything like that. We'll just clean it up with the trailer mold. Alrighty, I hope you can see what I'm doing here. I got the mirror cut down from my friend Sean at General Auto Glass, and wow, that's in there pretty good now. I don't know if I want to take that apart. Okay, now we got it apart. So you can see the factory joint that was already put in place, and they never bothered to glue it at the factory. It's just a matter of so I cut it down, and lucky for me, oh geez, so you see how weak that is, because there's no glue in it, just a couple of staples. But I'm going to glue this up, slide this back in, and then I'm going to PL it, so I don't think it's ever going to come apart. Get that little bit of silicone out of there, because nothing likes to really stick to silicone. There. I've got to have a good cleanup. So as I was saying, some construction, not going to need much, but a good construction adhesive like PL will, just a little will go a long way. So just give it a little dab in there. Try not to get it all over the coach. Because this isn't real super fancy woodworking, it's the joints will line up really nice and they'll look good. If I had a stapler, I would put a couple staples in it, but I really don't think it's going to need it. So I'll probably put a couple of just nails to hold the edges of the glass in place until I like so. Alrighty. This stuff, always keep a rag under it while it's sitting by itself, because for some reason it likes to push itself out. I'll just run my finger around here, nice and neat. Maybe it is, but I have some pretty good success over the years with my flying by the seat of my pants construction. Anyway, now I'm going to go and glue up the countertop in the bedroom. Alrighty. So, I'm going to hold this out again. And I'm going to put a generous supply of adhesive on these surfaces that are going to mate to those surfaces here. A little extra is never going to hurt. A little more is better than not enough. Now we'll just slide this back into place. I'm trying not to get it all over the place. Not bad. Let's see what it's oozing out there a bit. I'm going to run some more in there and clean up that little bit. Okay, that looks pretty nice to me. A couple little spots I want to put a little bit of a tan silicone sealer just to dress it up a little bit more. And I'm going to let the door set up and then put the door on it. One thing I did have to do is to finish under here the way I wanted to. What I had to do was I had to take this piece back out in here, and I had to remove it, and I didn't have enough to do the bottom either in that paneling, but I'll pick up some cheap paneling or something somewhere and I will finish that after. It's not an issue today, so we won't worry about it. We'll just have to wait and see what Mama thinks, because that's her side of the bed. She needed a place for her evening things and her fancy little salt light and stuff like that, and her drink of water at night. So my side, Mama's side. I think it turned out really nice. We recycled the countertop from the dinette, the booth that I really didn't like. Nothing screams trailer like a booth. We added tables and chair, which makes so much more sense. It makes it so much bigger in here. I love it. Anyway, alrighty, here we are, finishing up my little video. I even made the bed, look at that. I got a little oil heater in here just to take the edge off the floors. Anyway, I got this all done, and I forgot that Bev needs a plug on this side, so I wired in a 120, which was real easy because the panel's right here. And what I've done is I've installed because I only had a 20 amp breaker with me, but the only thing that's on it, this 20 amp breaker, the only thing that's on it is this one plug. So if I ever do add any plugs or any 120 additions, I'll just add it to this breaker. And I also took, because this was like a wardrobe closet, it had a little light up in the top. So I removed it and I put it down underneath. So Beverly has a little 12 volt light underneath her cabinet for reading and whatnot. Made a lot more sense to put it there. And if we're ever boondocking or where we only have 12 volt service, then she'll have a little light for her reading in the evening. And that, my friends, is how does it. Whoops, there it is. Alrighty, it's been a busy day in the motor coach for me today. I finished up the little bit of work in the back, as I showed you. And this is something I threw together out of more parts and pieces from the booth. I built a little box where all the seat belts that we're going to use to mount our recliners up tight against the wall here when we're on the road. Just in case we hit something that they don't come flying flying around. But yeah, that worked out just perfectly. It tucks in there nice and neat, and it looks good. And there was a little bit of wiring that was noticeable there, so I just continued the little box and covered that up. I think it looks great. And more pieces that I used from the booth seating, which I despise, and I used it to trim out in Mama's cabin. I don't know if you can see that very well, but
Jonathan, you've had 5 days to create a Viking battle of your own design.
This is not going to be elegant, so.
However,
closing the greatest.
Oh, wow!
along the handle.
Oh my God! Oh, honey, that's awesome!
You haven't seen that yet?
No!
Oh. There's that.
Oh!
And a seatbelt box.
No. What's the box for?
The seatbelts.
You're
Again.
kidding.
No.
That's awesome. Oh, this is perfect. Oh, there's the monsters on the bed.
What are you doing on the bed?
What are you doing on mommy bed? Oh, wow. Oh, sweetheart. Oh my God. That is exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah.
And you did an amazing job.
And it only cost us $12 for that molding. That's underneath.
Grace.
Stop it.
Grace.
Hey.
What? It's a mummy thing. Yes, he's mummy bad. What do you want? No, we're not watching TV in here. Get down, please. Oh, wow. Look. I even have my reading lamp. Honey, once again, you know what, folks?
Open up the closet.
Oh, look at that. I can hang stuff in there.
And still hang shirts and blouses and things.
Do you two mind? Hey.
The idiot show.
You know what
has begun.
is really cool? Is I made this quilt for our park model in Arizona.
Cool.
Yeah. You know what, folks? Girls, enough. I have been teasing Howie and calling this the man cave. But honestly, he's made it the Queen's coach. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how does it. Take care. God bless.